Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TerRoguelike with unique weapons. Woo! Awesome. Hello. I've been away for a while, haven't I? Well, you know, things have been happening. I'll get into that later. If you've seen the title and thumbnail, well, you know that we are playing with Calamity again. Boom. This is the weapon of choice this time, Eclipse's Fall. Quite a cool thing. Playing rogue, using a rogue weapon. Now, unfortunately, two things. First things first, this is quite a fast-hitting weapon. It both fires fast and hits a lot, which is problematic when tuning and when fine-tuning the weapon to work with this so that doesn't proc too much. And then the other thing that's quite unfortunate is that I can't use stealth. I cannot use the stealth mechanic because that requires me wearing an armor set, which gives me defense, which I've talked about that. Which gives me defense, which is overpowered in this because enemies always deal static damage. So this is what I'm going with. You could see there that I bumped up the use time to 50 from 22, so it becomes quite a slow weapon. This is what I think has worked. This has worked the best for me right now. It has like about the same DPS as the gun. I've actually been like underestimating how much DPS the gun has, which is very funny in my opinion. It has about 300 DPS normally anyway, which is, yeah, quite funny. So this works. It's quite good. However, now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually, I'm absolutely going to do this now. This might reset this later, but in testing I did overperform a bit, so I'm gonna bump this down to 80 right now. Thank you. Well then, let's like this very. I don't really know. It's been like very scattered here at the intro. Although there are some things that I'd like to say. Yeah, the default dash is off. Thank God. So first things first. Oh well, you can already see like one of the problematic parts with things that hit a lot. Well, yeah, it is what it is. It's so hard to find good rogue weapons to use because practically all of them apply debuffs and either they are literally only the normal throw projectile, nothing happens because stealth strikes aren't enabled because I can't use stealth strikes, or they apply debuffs, which are quite problematic in this economy, or damage economy, so yeah, I have to avoid those, which is quite annoying, but it is what it is. Right, so I always want to because I barely cut these, because I like to show off all the gameplay. Gosh, I can't speak right now, man. Because I want to show off, all the gameplay, or as much of it as possible. I need something to talk about, and boy do I have something to talk about. Because I've been enjoying a game for the past 2 months. Yeah, I've been playing one game for the past 2 months. I've been playing that game a lot, and it is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I don't remember if I said that I bought it in the Grand Fist video, but I did. I got Xenoblade 3, and I've been playing through it for the past 2 months. You know, and it is one of the reasons why I haven't been uploading. But because I'm going to talk about it, I will just say this right now. Spoilers for the entire thing and Xenoblade 1 and 2. If you do not want to hear that, then this is not the video for you. Because I'm going to be talking about both of them. Because I feel like I just need to get that off my chest. Because I just want to say it to someone. And just talk about Xenoblade for a second. Why do I want to do that? I don't know, man. I just feel like it. Well, that's also just because I want to get my opinion out there. It's funny though, because I was not expecting me of all people to enjoy Xenoblade, because I am normally someone who doesn't really play JRPGs. And especially not games where, or just especially not games where I don't have like control of the character and where I can't avoid things, right? I like video games such as Terraria here, where I can avoid the damage with my skill. And so video games where that can't really happen, like the Xenoblade series, where hits are kind of just happen, where hits happen and the game where basically hits are unavoidable from bosses and things, and you just have to, you know, survive through them by dealing more damage than the boss or out healing the boss, and, you know, yeah, doing strategy instead of just being able to brute force it. I don't really like those types of games, traditionally speaking, but I've been enjoying Xenoblade, which is funny because it was at one point, you know, I didn't talk about that I got the urge to play Xenoblade 2, which I never ended up doing. Because, like, yeah, if you don't know, I've been watching a Xenoblade 2 playthrough. He's started, the streamer in question has started the Torna DLC. So that is what I'm watching through right now. Or, well, he's juggling that with alongside Hollow Knight at this current point in time. And I don't really care about Hollow Knight, so I'm only watching the Torna stuff. The Torna the Golden Country DLC. So that's fun for me. But while I was watching him, watching his normal base game playthrough of Xenoblade 2, I just wanted to play the game myself because it has, you know, gacha mechanics in it. So I wanted to see, oh, how would I manage these situations and how would I deal with the different boss fights and such, because of luck and all that, because I traditionally have quite bad luck. And it's also because, like, Xenoblade 2 is a game where you can, well, no, the Xenoblade series is just a game where you can get stuff, you know? Ooh. I might as well do this though, because it does literally nothing. Yeah, because the Xenoblade series is a game where basically, like, you can do a lot of things, like, very early on if you grind along enough. And I like that. I like being able to do that. So I was like, yeah, I might want to play Xenoblade 2. But then I looked at the eShop and saw that, yeah, it's still at full price, which I forget that Nintendo does that, but yeah. And I was not paying full price for a game that I knew everything about. But I was blind on Xenoblade 3, and so I said, you know what, why not? And so I did. And now I've sunk about 340 hours into that game over the span of 2 months. I don't know if that says anything about me or the game, but it's a really good game. It's a really good game. I do quite enjoy it. So yeah. Right, I did say I was gonna talk about stuff. Oh, oops, I forgot to grab a Twitch. Talk about stuff in the game, and boy will I. Like, for example, what did I like about the game? What did I not like about the game? Well, first things first. It took me some time to get used to the combat. You know, not being able to dodge anything and just needing to stand there and accept the damage. Plus also the auto attack system that they had is quite weird and wonky at first. But I figured it out, and it became quite what's it called, satisfying at the end, being able to do all the cancels and stuff. Yes, I'm assuming that you know everything about pretty much everything about the game. So, yeah. Sorry if you don't, but that's just how it is. Yeah. Also, yeah, I know that I'm not talking about the run at all, but man, I'm just not getting any particular unique and cool items. Hey, could I get that? Whatever. So yeah, I played. What was I talking about again? God dang it. Let's see. Right, yeah, no, it did become very satisfying at the end, which is nice. It's always like when games can do that and surprise me by where I think I was going to dislike it at first, but then I didn't, and it just became, you know, better than I was expecting it to be. That's always nice. And that was the case with Xenoblade 3. It did Did surprise me quite a bit. Alright, no, I'm not running a crit build. God dang it. But yeah, no, so it's fun. And now I'll get into, like, you know, the actual opinions on the things that matter. For at least the Xenoblade community, I suppose, because people are weird. No. I'm just kidding. But the characters, as for the characters in that game, it's fun. They're quite cool. And, you know, they do be characters. As for, well, my opinion on them, I will say that out of the party members, my favorite party member is Uni. She's quite based, and I really like. I just like how based she is. That's it. That's what dictates for me what makes a good character. How based they are. But no, it's just the fact that in a few situations, unfortunately, the story did not work out for me. Like, well, first of all, I am not the targeted, or I am not the correct audience for it. And then second off, I am someone who likes to look into things and try to read between the lines, even though I'm bad at it, but try to figure out where the story's headed next. And unfortunately, that was very predictable for me. Quite literally, no twist surprised me. Only, like, sometimes how we ended up in that situation. Or most of the time I saw what the end result was going to be, but I didn't see the execution. Which is fine by me, that's usually how it goes, but it was funny to just see, yeah, it was as expected. But, right, back to the Uni thing I was talking about. The reason why she became my favorite character quite easily was because in a lot of situations she would just say the things that I would say. And I feel like when you can see yourself in a character, then yeah, and then it's a lot easier to like them, you know? And that happened, and I did like Uni. She is quite awesome. As for characters the other characters, I don't think there's a single character that I disliked in the entire game. Well, okay, there are characters that I dislike in the entire game, but those are for different reasons. For example, I dislike Senna as a playable character because when you take fall damage, her taking like heavy fall damage voice line is so gosh darn annoying. I hate it. So I try to avoid playing as her. Senna as a character, however, is okay, I suppose. Someone who was not fun as a character was Shania. Yeah, the character of Shania. I absolutely hate that character. I despise her so much. Why? It boils down to one simple reason. I do not like characters that have an inferiority complex. I don't. I do not like how they are written, ever. The reason why is because I, once upon a time, had that. I did. I thought that I was trash at doing everything that I could and that I was useless and stuff. But one day I snapped, literally one day I snapped out of it and just said I'm being cringe for having those opinions. That's a true story. That's just how I got over it. And after that, I just get annoyed at that because characters that genuinely, like, that are, like, aggressively have an inferiority complex, just annoy me to no end because of the fact that, for me at least, it was super easy to get out of it. I know that's, like, might be, like, weird to say, but it's the truth. At least for me and my world view, I suppose I could say. I am quite a confident person now because I got over that. Or because I got over that one fact one time. Alright. Yeah, so I really dislike that character because she has an inferiority complex and quite a big wait, I have 2 double jumps. I need to remember that. So yeah, that was one of the characters. I think that was like pretty much the only character that I disliked. I have a hard time disliking the evil characters because, well, I like evil characters. See Sephiroth being one of my favorite characters in fiction, and just very quickly became that because he is so cool and menacing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I like menacing villains, what can I say? And Sephiroth is pretty much, you know, the guy for that. Other than that, right, so, sorry, I'm speaking too fast, and also I've been autopiloting for like very well gameplay, all things considered. That's not grammatically correct though, I think. Right. So yeah, no, I like pretty much all the evil characters because they're all like all the Mobius except for one for me are surprisingly easy to easy to dislike, and that's exactly correct for characters that are evil for the sake of being evil, which, you know, that's good. That is very well characterization then, because they got it right on the money. You need characters to be easily dislikable for them to be, you know, annoying and for you to don't like them. I didn't say that there was one evil character or one Mobius that I did not find easy to dislike, and that character was X. The Mobius X. Why did I not dislike her, or why did I not find it easy to dislike her? No, sorry, why did I not find it easy to dislike her boils down to one thing, her main weapon, or her weapon of choice, being a purple scythe, a purple energy scythe, I should say. And it's funny because I really like scythe weapons in video games. Unfortunately, in Calamity, pretty much all of them are rogue, and I don't really play rogue. But, ooh, I've basically never used this. I'm most likely going to scrap it. Oh, yeah, I'm really going to scrap it now. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, so I like scythe weapons in video. Oh, I'm sorry. I really like scythe weapons in video games, and so having a character that just, like, you know, wields a purple scythe. My favorite color is pink, by the way, with a large purple secondary. So I'm gonna get rid of some proc. 2 shields if I can, thank you. There we go. That's good. Yeah, and like, yeah, I just love purple scythes, and having a purple scythe, that's even cooler. Or her having a purple scythe is even cooler. It's just, you know, how can I dislike a character like that if they have like all the stuff that I like? So yeah, that was a funny part, and oh, nice. Yeah. Oh wait, nah, gosh dang it, melee weapon. We're meleeing again. Oh, torch, thank you. So yeah, that was that. Otherwise, I did like start to dislike the other Mobiuses, which is good, because that's what you should be doing in a well-crafted story. No! Come on. There you go, perfect. So that's nice. Yeah. Other than that, was there any other particular character that stood out to me? No, not really. Oh, right. No. However, I will talk about the DLC now, because I feel like it. The DLC, Future Redeem, quite good. Quite fun indeed. Now, while I haven't played Xenoblade 1, or 2 for that matter, I have watched full playthroughs of both, including the DLC for 1, and currently watching through the DLC for 2. So like, I'm practically played through all of the Xenoblade games, or Xenoblade Chronicles games, I should say. Gosh dang it. Because, you know, why'd I miss? No! because I have watched I've watched VODs of them, so I pretty much know everything there is to know about the games, or in broad strokes at least. So it was so cool to like actually recognize all the things that are supposed to be nostalgia bait. It's worth it. It's so worth it. Yeah. Yeah, and also, gosh darn, Future Redeemed was a fun playthrough, or was fun as a playthrough. Just because of the fact that, you know, I got pretty invested in the story from both games, because of both games, and, 1 and 2 that is. And thinking about, like, the world and how that functions, Future Redeemed really got the gears turning, which was nice. But it also confused me, because I don't understand some of the powers of these things and how, and how some things work anymore. Thought I had a grasp on them, I don't, apparently. But that's fine, because that's what sequels are for, right? And Xenoblade 4 is gonna happen at some point, and now I am going to be one of the people that are going to buy that video game. Which is almost kind of crazy to think about. Me, a person who, normally dislikes anime-styled video games. I don't know, I just don't like the art style. But I can tolerate it for Xenoblade. Right. I'm blanking so much when it comes to this. I entered Luna, whatever. But, alright. The other thing that was that... No, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. Well, showing the signs of unscripted videos is funny. I missed that? Really? Whatever. So, yeah. I got the gears turning and it was quite fun to play through. And I will say, man, Rex has to be the most overpowered party member in any RPG I've ever played. What the hell is his damage output? Like, I made a full crit build for him. Like, I got his crit rate up to 100%, so he would literally always crit on every single hit. And yeah, I just spammed double spinning edge until everything died. And that was pretty much it. I don't... yeah, like, you just perish, I suppose. It was quite fun. And then I also, it was funny, because of Rex and some limits break abusage, I was able to break the damage limit. Or no, not break the damage limit, sorry, I'm talking as if I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, yeah. Well, I was able to reach the damage limit of 9,999,999 damage in a single hit by getting a burst, or what are they called again? I forget, but a combo in a chain attack with Rex and Glimmer, because that was the pairing that I used to get crit rate up to 100%. Yeah, it gives crit rate. Yeah, I was able to just break it on the last one and demolish all of those super, quote-unquote, super bosses. I will say, it's kind of an easy game if I compare it to Crisis Core. Like, hey, Minerva was a proper super boss. None of the supposed super bosses in the in Xenoblade 3 are, like, in my opinion, proper super bosses, because they did not... None of them required me to counterpick. None of them required me to change my equipment a single time, except for one, which was the like Gyarados monster in Future Redeemed. I required me to put on a sleep resist, a 100% sleep resist equipment on, or yeah, accessory on one of my healers, and that was Glimmer, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah, on Glimmer, and that's it. That's the extent of the counter picking I had to do. The rest was all other bosses in the main game and in the DLC. Wow, this is just turning as a crit build now. Well, yeah, all other bosses or super bosses perished to my normal builds, which was nice. It's not like I'm good at making normal builds. I literally just try to spec into damage as much as I can, and that's it. But yeah. I think I'm gonna start talking about Terraria now. I think I've gotten everything across that I needed to. That I wanted to, I should say. Well, anyway. I know that this like might get old. It's took my finger off of the off the keyboard. But yeah, no. So I've been like, I've been playing Terraria a lot, but I haven't really been playing Terraria a lot. If you know what I mean. Wow, 2 block messages. Nice. I'm trying to incorporate more Risk of Rain to lingo into my thing. I haven't played the game, but I have watched some videos, so I am not familiar at all. I should not say that I'm familiar. No. Like, who cares? I'm just trying to be hip with the people who know. Which, it's definitely a mistake, I should say. Oh my god. Dude. This attack's so slow, but whatever. Oh, come on, did I get... Yeah, I got both of them. Nice. But yeah. So TerRoguelike is fun as usual. It just is. Yeah, it's fun as usual. I'm waiting for whenever... I'm say like right now. It's gonna be so cool whenever this gets another update. Wait, are there no torches in this area? There are, but they're normal torches. I'll get one on the way out if there's a normal one. Or a unique one. But, right. So, what was I talking about again? This is the second time I've done this now. Or said that now. But yeah, no, right. So, the Calamity mod, I do want to make a playthrough of that I, you know, post. But it's just hard because, it's just hard to do that because, well, the mod is getting an update soon-ish. I don't know, actually. And I have a playthrough that's ongoing right now, which is, if you don't know, I'm playing Calamity, but I'm literally only using items that are fish, or weapons that are fish, to deal damage. And it's fun right now. Hello, Moon Man. It's kind of fun. It's just, like, the early game was a struggle, but then pretty much nothing else is. Because I acquired a weapon and now I just looked at it and I have fish weapons throughout the entire game up until like Old Duke, where he's gonna drop like the last fish weapon that I can use for Escal and Exomix. But it's fine, right? It's okay. I do feel like, because like, okay, I want to make a series on Calamity, just a playthrough of it, but I don't want it to like be just Calamity, if you know what I mean, because, well, I do, because I don't, like, as you know, I've played a lot of Calamity, well, you should know at least, but the problem with that becomes that I want to, when I want to play the game on the channel, because I want to represent the fact that I, you know, play the game and really enjoy it. The problem with it, or with that, is that I need to make it entertaining somehow and not just play the game, but I do want to play the game. And then I'm also a person where, like, I don't want to play with Calamity add-ons for the first time because I don't want to have Calamity add-ons on my channel for the first time, like. And I don't want to play Infernum because Infernum is well, Infernum is Infernum, you know? It's fun when you play through it the first time, and then it stays Infernum, you know? Well, I'm doing that some other time. I'll find a way to make it work. Because I do also want to play some Calamity add-ons. For example, Wrath of the Gods is having an update some point in the future, and if you don't know what that is, it's a very well-made Calamity add-on. I would say that Wrath of the Gods is infinitely better than Infernum. If you want, you know, something to add to your Calamity playthrough, you should add Wrath of the Gods. And maybe wait with Infernum or just not add it. But yeah. So I want to feature that as well, and then probably also Catalyst. But I don't know, I don't want to do it the first time. Then I also want to, you know, not have just playing Calamity like normal for the first time featuring it on the channel, because I feel like that would probably be lame. I don't know, I'm throwing. Come on. I really need to stop putting myself at risk. Alright, guys. Yeah, no. So I want to make that work somehow. And it's, I don't know. Like, if you have any ideas, please leave them down below in the comment section, because I am genuinely, like, you know, I genuinely want to make it work. Oh, and speaking of comment section, if you want to, because I will continue this series every once in a while, just pop in and yeah, just post here, or post something here for this. So if you want this to continue, please suggest weapons. Leave weapon suggestions in the comments. It's always fun to see what y'all can come up with. However, please keep in mind that I don't want them to apply any debuffs, such as the exo weapons. I should say miracle matter weapons might be a little bit more, might be easier for some to understand. But yeah, please, none of those, or weapons like those, are most Yaron weapons, because if they apply a debuff that instantly annihilates anything that it touches, or that is inflicted by it, the game does not become fun, now does it? And I want to still have it, you know, be kind of challenging. Like, this run right now was a little bit problematic, because this weapon is a bit strong for the game. Like, it does overperform, and I even nerfed the damage to 80. So it does. This weapon does overperform, which is not what I want to see. But it's okay, I suppose, because it doesn't overperform too much to where I can't die, which, you know, is nice. Oh my god. I need to actually be careful here, because it's so slow. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Like, practically any weapon works. I don't want to see summoner weapons suggested, though, because I want to avoid passive gameplay. I will say that I have tried. I did a test run where I played with Bloodthorn. Yes, the mage weapon Bloodthorn. And I will say that mana is not a supported resource in this mod. Like, because when you get things that increase your attack speed, like minigun kit, they also increase your mana consumption. And since I'm not going to be playing with accessories, and definitely not with mana potions, that is not a resource that I can easily get back. So whenever weapons get, like, yeah, faster fire rate, they just become worse, which is problematic. So yeah, I say avoid those, but practically everything else works. Ranged weapons work, as long as, yeah, ranged weapons work, melee weapons work, and rogue weapons work for Calamity. I might do, like, some healer stuff, actually. Like, look at, yeah, some healer stuff like the batons or so from Thorium, or maybe even, what's it called, Thrower or Bard there. But Bard is probably gonna have the same, no, Bard is going to have the same state, or same problem as Mage, where resource, when the fire rate goes up. So that's probably not good. Whatever. So, oh my god, not this stage. I hate this. But yeah, so any melee weapon. Oh, right, and I should also mention that when it comes to melee weapons, since a lot of melee weapons do this, please pick weapons that, like, you know, where the use with attack speed, or where melee attack speed affects how fast the weapon attacks. Because some weapons, like flails and most modded weapons that use projectiles as the main, like, weapon. Like even some vanilla weapons do that, such as the what's it called again? That one sword that drops from Echoes of Light. They also use, or they are projectiles. Like, the base of it is projectiles, and so it becomes a problem where, oh, I never saw these, I suppose. Yeah, there you go. Where it becomes problematic where, sorry, I'm thinking of what to get rid of. Yeah, why not? Right. I do not need that much healing. Yeah, alright, so, what was I going to say again? Distracting myself is the best thing ever. It was about weapons, right? Yeah. No, so making sure that the weapons are, like, you know, work like that. Can I? No, I don't have any, but I can, isn't it? Yeah, this. Starlight, there you go. Weapons like Starlight, where where basically the only thing that happens is that the character holds out a projectile and the projectile attacks. Another example of this would be Murasama. Yeah, it would be Calamity's Murasama, although I can't use that anyway because I have to defeat Dog, and I'm actually not going to do this here just in case, but I've tried and I can't spawn Dog in this and just execute him. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but here we are, you know. That's just the reality of things. But yeah, any other weapons like that use like traditional swords and not, like, usually when they use custom swing animations, that's when they don't function as, or yeah, when they are not going to work. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. So yeah, keep that in mind. Other than that, yeah, suggest whatever. I am interested. I have tried playing with Hellborn once, if you know what that weapon is. Although I had one problem with it, which was the fact that that weapon in particular was too good, conceptually speaking. Because it's a ranged weapon that also doubles as a melee weapon. And so... what happened was just that I would get cornered by it, but then I would uncorner myself. Great English there, Joel. But I would be able to get out of the corner for free because the weapon would just explode and deal a metric crap ton of damage. So yeah. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh wow, I found that. Nice. Please don't. Thank you. Oh right. This is also like one of the funniest things to me, because since it is Halloween right now, or well, the month of October, Terraria spawns mushrooms in worlds or on grass. And so that happens here as well in this world, but yeah, so this is like a way to get blocks in oh, there you can see one. Yeah, to get blocks in TerRoguelike, although I don't think I can place them anyway. I'll try it. No, that's not it. No, see. Oh, that was wrong. There you go. Hello. Unfortunately, this weapon is the perfect example of weapons that of why I don't like weapons that hit too much. Because, like, do you see that? I hit it once and my health goes up to full. Well, that was a fun run anyway. Even though I could autopilot through the entire thing. Well, that's besides the point. I will now go back to playing Xenoblade 3 because I need to 100% that game. Which is, I'm aiming for getting all the outfits and... aiming to get all the outfits, including the amiibo gear, or amiibo outfits, and... here's my worst decision ever, and all unique items, meaning that I'm going to be crafting every single gem and getting my hands on, and getting an S rank on every single time trial for the challenge battles, and also getting an S rank on the roguelike game mode, or the roguelite game mode that they have there as well. I know, like, if you know anything about Xenoblade 3, then it's that's gonna take a while. Yeah, and it's going to. Well, that's the life I chose, and what I will actually do. So that's a yay moment. Anyways, thank you for watching, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. If you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing. Liking and subscribing. I will actually not be recording recording a video on Undertale. No, not Undertale. I saw that in the credits once now, and now I had it on the mind. Wow, that's so cool. I won't be recording a video on Splatoon with the upcoming Splatfest, like, as of recording this video. On the weekend now, we're gonna have a Splatoween Splatfest again. I believe it is, what would you want to be in a fantasy world? A ninja, or a wizard, ninja, or... No, a wizard, knight, or ninja. My answer would be wizard. Funny, right? But I am unable to... I'm actually unable to play that one because my grandpa is turning 80, which is cool. So we're going away to celebrate him. Yeah, having a fun time. We only see each other very rarely, so I have to be there, and yeah, that's it. But yeah, now I will, like, actually end the video. Yeah, have a good one, and goodbye.